The battle at Mount Gilboa, where the Philistines defeated Saul and the Hebrew forces, parallels the account in the Amarna Letters that describe the King of Gath's conflict with the Habiru. Both narratives detail the death of key leaders, Saul in the Bible and Labaya in the Amarna records, highlighting their final struggles and the alliances formed during these confrontations. The synchronism between these sources extends even to the similarities between their generals. The Bible provides two accounts of Saul's death, both describing the Philistines' relentless pursuit of him after his retreat from the battlefield. The first account, from 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 2, states,
"The Philistines were in hot pursuit of Saul and his sons, and they killed his sons Jonathan, Abinadab, and Malchishua."
The second account, from 2 Samuel chapter 1, verses 6, elaborates,
"There was Saul, leaning on his spear, with the chariots and their drivers in hot pursuit."
The Amarna Letters, particularly letter number 245, provide context for how Labaya, the Habiru leader, managed to escape the battlefield. According to the King of Gath, one of his allies was bribed by the Habiru leader to facilitate his escape. The letter reads,
"It had been Surata who took Labaya from Megiddo and said to me, 'I will send him to the king by boat.' But Surata took him, and he sent him from Hanathon to his home, for Surata had accepted from him a ransom."
The same letter elaborates on this, revealing that the other kings were better rewarded for their victory than Surata. This disparity arose because the Egyptian Pharaoh had been informed that Labaya was initially captured alive, but somehow escaped and was ultimately killed during the pursuit. The King of Gath describes,
"O Pharaoh, what have I done to the king, my lord, that he has treated me with contempt and honored my less important brothers? It was Surata who let Labaya go, and it was Surata who let Balmer go, both to their homes, and may the king, my lord, know."
The depiction of Saul's death in the Amarna archive, particularly in letter number 245, aligns with the biblical narrative. The letter records the name of Labaya's military general, Balmer, whose phonetic resemblance to Saul's general is noteworthy despite the limited etymological link. Additionally, it captures the final moments of Labaya in vivid detail, paralleling the biblical descriptions of Saul's demise. This hot pursuit, mentioned in the biblical accounts, is also echoed in letter 245, where the King of Gath details his own efforts to chase the fleeing leader. In a vivid description, the king narrates how he was forced to mount another Philistine king's chariot after his own horse was killed.
"As my mare was shot, I followed behind him and rode with Yashdada, but before my arrival, they had killed him."
Although the exact identity of whom the pronoun "they" refers to remains unclear, it is plausible to interpret it as denoting that Labaya's own men were likely responsible for delivering the fatal blow. This interpretation aligns with the biblical account, where Saul, critically wounded, pleaded with his subordinates to end his life to avoid falling into the hands of his enemies. According to two biblical accounts, Saul either died at the hands of his own men, as he requested, or took his own life. In 2 Samuel chapter 1, verses 9 to 10, the narrative provides the account of a man who claimed to have carried out Saul's request and delivered the final blow.
"King Saul said to me, 'Stand here by me and kill me. I'm in the throes of death, but I'm still alive.' So I stood beside him and killed him, because I knew that after he had fallen, he could not survive."
His death fractured the unity of the tribes. It marked the tragic end of Israel's first monarchy, shattering hopes for stability and casting the tribes into a period of uncertainty. This uncertainty created the perfect scenario for David to rise as the new king of the Hebrews. The book of 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 10 records how the tribe of Judah remained loyal to David, while the son of Saul named Ishbaal rose as the king over Ephraim, Benjamin, and all other tribes of Israel. This division of the Hebrew forces would lead to a war between the two factions. The assembly of both groups is documented in Amarna Letter 250, authored by Balmeher, the same Habiru military leader captured alongside Labaya, and later released after paying the ransom to Surata. Likely under direct Egyptian oversight, he reports to the king of Egypt, detailing how the factions of the sons of Labaya sought to recruit him against Egypt. He now warns Pharaoh, stating,
"The two sons of the king's traitor, my lord, the two sons of Labaya, set their faces to cause the loss of the king's territory, my lord, after their father caused its loss."
One of the sons of Labaya could be David, as previously discussed, since the biblical character was the son-in-law of King Saul, from his first marriage with Saul's daughter Michal. It can also be argued that the son of Labaya mentioned in the Amarna letter could be Mephibosheth, who, despite being crippled from a childhood wound, he politically supported David's military faction, as described in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 6, which reads,
"When Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, son of Saul, came to David, he bowed down to pay him honor. David said, 'Mephibosheth,' and he replied, 'At your service.'"
This connection is supported by Amarna letter number 289 from the king of Jerusalem, who connects Tagi of Gintikirmil directly to the sons of Labaya. The letter also opens a plurality of interpretations due to the unusual use of the word both in the text, which could be interpreted to refer either to Tagi or Mephibosheth as one of the sons of Labaya. The letter reads,
"Elimelchu has written to Tagi and the sons of Labaya, 'Both of you be a protection. Grant all their demands to the men of Keilah, and let us cut off Jerusalem.'"
The other son of Labaya does have a direct parallel to the biblical character of Ishbaal, who entered a 2-year conflict with King David and is first introduced in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 8, which reads,
Abner, the commander of Saul's army, had taken Ishbaal, son of Saul, and brought him over to Mahanaim. He made him king over Gilead, Ashuri, and Jezreel, and also over Ephraim, Benjamin, and all Israel. Ishbaal, son of Saul, was 40 years old when he became king over Israel, and he reigned 2 years.
The next chapter will examine how Abner's decision to install Ishbaal as leader of the Hebrews parallels Balmeher and Mutbaal's alignment with Pharaoh's authority, aimed at uniting the Habiru under a leadership loyal to Egypt. It will also explore David's emergence as a central figure in the conflict with Ishbaal, mirroring the conflict between Tagi and Mutbaal recorded in the Amarna letters, and highlighting David's strategic ability to manage tensions involving the kings of Gath and Jerusalem.